So you've got that acceptance letter from a university in the US. That is a huge dream come true for so many people. But that dream, it really all comes down to one final super high-stakes conversation, the visa interview. Today, we're going to break down the strategy to turn that really nerve-wracking moment into your ticket to study abroad. Let's dive right in.
You've done all the hard work, right? You've passed the exams, you wrote all those essays, you actually got the acceptance letter. So what's the final hurdle standing in your way? Yep, the visa interview. It honestly feels like the final boss battle in a video game, but here's the good news. It's a battle you can absolutely win if you have the right strategy.
First things first, let's talk about what's really on the line here, because this is so much more than just filling out forms and paperwork. It's a massive, massive investment in your future, both personally and financially.
I mean, think about it. Students from all over the world, from Pakistan to Brazil, you pour so much effort and, frankly, a lot of money into this journey. Getting accepted by the university, that's a huge win. But the visa is what makes it all real. It's the final stamp of approval on all your hard work, your family's sacrifice, and a huge financial commitment.
Okay, so let's just go there. Let's confront the biggest fear, getting rejected. But we're not going to look at it as a failure. A visa denial is just data. It's a signal that's telling you exactly where the weak spots are in your application, and understanding these common hurdles is the absolute key to getting past them.
You know, visa officers are trained to spot risks, and honestly, most rejections boil down to one of these 5 things: weak ties to your home country, finances that look a little shaky, a poor interview, problems with your documents, or an unclear reason for studying. And that first one, weak ties, that is connected to the single most important concept you have to get. This right here, immigrant intent. This is the officer's #1 concern, period. They have to be convinced, beyond a doubt, that you plan to come back home after you finish your degree, not that you're using the student visa as a backdoor to immigrate. So if you can't prove you have strong ties, like family, property, a clear career path waiting for you, that's an immediate red flag for them.
Okay, but let's say you do everything right. You nail the interview, you get your visa approved, you're celebrating, you're booking flights, but, and I hate to say this, you're not totally in the clear just yet. There is a hidden pitfall that a lot of applicants have no idea about.
And this is the part that's kind of shocking. A visa can be canceled even after it's been stamped in your passport. I know, it's a wild concept for some people, but it really does happen. The embassy continues to verify your information, and if they find something that doesn't add up, they can revoke your visa before you even get on the plane.
So, what could possibly trigger something like that? Well, fake bank statements are an instant no-go, a guaranteed cancellation. But it could be other stuff too. Maybe your university loses its accreditation, or your SEVIS record, that's your student tracking status, goes inactive. They can even look into your travel history, or, believe it or not, your social media. The bottom line is pretty simple. The process isn't really over until you've landed in the US and started your classes.
All right, that's enough about the problems. Let's completely shift gears and focus on the solution. How do you build an application and an interview performance that is totally bulletproof? This is your blueprint for success.
Okay, this is a really critical point. There is a huge, huge difference between being prepared and being coached. Visa officers can spot a memorized, robotic answer from a mile away. They're not looking for a perfect script. What they want to see is your genuine passion and your clear personal goals. Your authenticity is, without a doubt, your most powerful weapon. So your main strategy really just comes down to these 4 steps. 1, make sure every single document is 100% genuine and up to date. 2, make your financial situation undeniable, with clear bank statements and proof from your sponsor. 3, be totally ready to explain, with passion, your study plan and exactly how it connects to your future career back home. And finally, 4, practice talking about all this stuff so it just comes out confidently and naturally.
It really all boils down to this. Preparation isn't about memorizing answers. It's about deeply understanding your own story. Why this school, why this specific course, and why right now? The visa interview isn't a lottery. It's a demonstration of how serious you are and how clear your plan is. When you've done that work, your confidence just shines through.
But what happens if, after all that, you still hear the word no? I know, it can feel absolutely devastating, but it is not the end of the road. In fact, it's just the start of your comeback plan.
This is so important to remember. A rejection is not a permanent ban. You have to think of it like feedback.
The visa officer has basically highlighted a weakness in your case for you, and now you have this perfect opportunity to figure out what it was, make it stronger, and try again when you're actually ready.
What this means is you turn that feedback into direct action. If they flagged your finances, you work on strengthening your bank statements. If they said your purpose was unclear, you really sharpen that connection between your course and your career goals. If the interview itself was just weak, you practice telling your story with more confidence. The key here is this: don't just reapply, re-strategize.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. Beyond all the paperwork and all the rules, the visa process is really about one thing: your story. Your ambitions, your plans, and your promise to return. So the final question isn't what the officer is going to ask you, but how will you tell your authentic story? Because that will make all the difference.